everyone. Thanks for joining episode one of Download Virtual Dreaming. And I have Jennifer with me, Jennifer David Naga. Thanks everyone for joining us. And like we all know, there is only 4 weeks ahead now for the virtual dreaming. I just wanted to have a Q&A with all three of our guests and see what are the questions some of the audience have from us about virtual dreaming or about anything that we are doing, any suggestion or any feedback. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
Thank
So
you.
I will start with introduction first. So from my Zoom, why not Jennifer, you start first, followed by David and Naga.
Okay, sure. Hi, I'm Jennifer Mercer. I'm the CEO of Metazoa. And we have a solution that allows admins and developers to manage their orgs, monitor, maintain large complex orgs. It also includes data migration and release management and over 40 reports, including profiles and permissions and data dictionary and things like that. So I personally have actually been in the Salesforce ecosystem since 2003. Our CTO was one of the first to use the Salesforce APIs back then. And after we exited our last company, Dream Factory Software, we formed Metazoa in February 2018. And that's where we are today.
Awesome. That's interesting, Jennifer. So you said you're in Salesforce ecosystem from 2003?
Yes, I was at the first Dreamforce. I'm aging myself right now, but I was at the first Dreamforce.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I have been to the 2008 and to me it seems I'm for a long time, but 2003 is a new record.
I know, there were card tables with just, your, cardboard name of your company on there, and it was at the hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
David, next, let's see, David, what you have, your experience.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Dave Nava. I'm relatively new to the ecosystem. I am a senior solution consultant at Salesforce. I've been there about a month. Prior to that, I was at PulseSource, which is a platinum partner as a solution architect for about a year. And then prior to that, I was in the Navy. So I finished up a 20-year career as a naval flight officer this past July, and then moved right into the ecosystem. Prior to that, I'd spent about a year kind of getting ready and preparing. So no previous tech background. During my transition from the military in that year, I leveraged Trailhead to essentially go from no Salesforce knowledge at all to being a solution architect in 10 months.
Wow.
Which is one of the reasons why I love love Trailhead, just because it's universally accessible and it's free, and anyone can really use it to launch a career in the ecosystem. Since I've joined the ecosystem, I've been fairly busy, so I serve as a mentor for the Trailblazer community at large, just with phone calls and with helping people get started in careers. I'm also a mentor for Supermoms, their latest admin cohort, and I know you've got a couple of the Supermom staff as guest speakers in Virtual Dreamin', Brooke and Heather, so that's pretty exciting. I also mentor with Veterati as part of the Veterati Salesforce partnership, and just do focused 1-hour conversations with folks that are interested in getting into the ecosystem and how to get started. And then I'm on the alumni advisory board with Meravis. Meravis is a nonprofit committed to reducing veteran joblessness by basically providing free training, education, and placement assistance for the military veteran spouse community. I'm just really happy to be here today. Thank you.
Oh, that's a lot, David. And congratulations, you just joined Salesforce 1 month back.
I did, yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Very, very happy to be here.
A lot of my friends, families, most of people are joining Mothership. And did you mention that you have around 1,800 Trailhead badges?
Yeah, so I just hit 8-time Ranger this past week. I spend a little bit of time on Trailhead every day, so that was one of the goals for this year, so I was happy to achieve it.
Well, how did you do that? 800, I mean, to me, each batch takes around 30 minutes to 1 hour. That's roughly more than 800 hours for sure.
I spend probably 20 hours a week just on continuous learning. Every morning I get up at 4, and from 4 to 7 a.m. essentially, I just study and I learn.
Awesome. Okay, good, good. So, Naga, sir, first of all, congratulations. I saw your tweet on Twitter that you just completed 8 years in Salesforce.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And it's been a wonderful journey with this great organization, and I'm really proud to work for a company like this, which has equality and keeps people at the forefront of everything they do. Guys, my name is Naga Kiran Manyala. As you see, I'm a senior manager at the developer relations team, and we are based out of India. I joined Salesforce in 2012, and I started off as a customer success engineer, where we used to troubleshoot customer issues who took Salesforce subscriptions. Then I slowly moved from different verticals, from admin to feature activations to email desktop integrations to CRM config. And then I cracked my advanced 501 certification of Salesforce and got into developer community. Then we were acquired by the developer relations team, which is now a part of the Trailer team. And I've been working for the Trailer team for the last 5 years. I lead the growth initiatives for India. And one such initiative is called Journey to Salesforce, which provides a full-length learning journey and also connects the aspirants to the employers after their learning is completed. So this is one part of what I do. And I also lead the partner engagement from developer relations side, and also manage the developer community from India. So yeah, these are the three things that I do, and I have a great team which works with me. And yeah, I'm super happy to be a part of this team.
Superb. So thank you, Jennifer, David, and Naga. Thank you. I really appreciate you three taking your time and joining this kind of the Q&A. So I have a few set of questions that I'm going to ask. There is no really proper sequence. Feel free to share your thought, guide the community where we are, where we would go. So the second question I will start is the unfortunate situation we all are right now. It's kind of I heard somewhere that the world is closed for the renovation. I'm pretty sure we are going to come out very strong from this situation. And at the same time, in fact, I'm saying to my organization, my company, my client, that they really now know the other way to work. So why not, Jennifer, start with you being a CEO. What do you see the impact of the COVID-19 on the future of workforce, the technology, how that's being used, and how it is going to change the world for good?
Yeah, right. I mean, we've all had to adapt, right? Being a part of the Salesforce ecosystem, there was a reason we came back again a third time with our company. It's a great, a great company to partner with, and so many resources available to us. And, if you look at the COVID-19 chatter group, I mean, everybody is stepping up to do what they can do. And our solution, fortunately, really is designed to be able to work remotely. So it's a client solution. It's on the actual admin or developer's desktop for security purposes, because we can't touch, we work with very large enterprises, a lot of healthcare, financial and government agencies. And so what we're doing, well, two things. One, we have a new product, which is relational data migration, that passed security review about a day before the shelter in place here in California. And, we just, as a team, decided it wasn't the right time to go to market with a new product. However, it enables a lot of productivity and collaboration amongst teams, which is so important right now. So we just decided to launch it for free. And, we said May 31st, but we also said, we'll see how it's going. So we want to help everybody, acclimate to the remote working situation. And I think people are. I think there was a minute where everybody kind of froze and wasn't sure what to do. And now people are getting back to their new normal. And, fortunately, we are in software and can keep working. I'm very grateful for that. I think people now know that their teams can work from home, and that was always a question, right? There was a debate. Do you need to be in the office? Do you need to be present? I feel like my team is online probably too much. That's the only thing I see is people have a hard time shutting off. They're still on Slack way after hours. and
Yep.
our so
Exactly. So yeah, so you are the best example, Jennifer, right? So MetaJoa came up with the tool, right, which really helps the remote workforce to work remotely. And I'm pretty sure there's so many tools other companies are gonna come. Like you said, now people know, now the client know, customer know that work can be done remotely. That is
right.
an advantage. But another side is if you are in office 9 to 5, you know where you have to stop. So now in this new world, new culture, you need to know remotely, or 10 p.m. is not the time to stop the working, right? So
Yeah.
yes, lots of learning, lots of thing here. David and Naga, what's your suggestion? What's your point of view on this one?
I mean, so as was touched on, I think we've obviously seen a huge rise in the use of video conferencing and chat and webinars as a way to bridge the gap between the requirement to social distance and the really the imperative to stay connected both personally and professionally. So I think there'll probably also be an upward trend in adoption of virtual collaboration platforms and applications. For example, Chatter, as was mentioned, for staying connected with company and colleagues. Things like Quip for collaboratively managing projects, which, by the way, Salesforce is offering free use of Quip through September 30th, which is great. I mean, long term, it will be interesting to see whether the ratio of office to remote positions increases when hiring returns to a relative level of normalcy. I think there's definitely challenges to having a remote workforce. However, there's definite advantages in terms of cost and time savings. But regardless, really, of how that ratio trends, I think companies now have to build additional flexibility into their business contingency planning because, like it or not, this is likely going to happen again at some point, and businesses need to be ready for it.
Yeah. So yeah, you made a very good point. Quip is free. In fact, I started using the Quip. I'm loving it. So it's one of the best. I will say the product by Salesforce. Naga.
Yeah, I think all of us have to accept that we are in crisis, and that is when we try and prepare for the situation. I can speak for India. India, the tradition is more of working from office, as you know, Jitendra, and people are not really encouraged to work from home until last 1 month, where they were forced to send people to their homes so that they could work from home. So it's been kind of a tough situation in India because it's not something they have done before. But again, challenges come, and that is when we get more stronger. So three suggestions that we have given to our partner ecosystem while they were sending the people on work from home was be very sensitive to their needs, because they have their families, they have their kids in their home, and it's not really easy for them to be 100% productive from day one because they're not used to something like this.
Yeah.
Right? I think being aware of what they're going through is very important, and Salesforce is very particular about it. And we were strongly recommending to our partner ecosystems as well about this. And number two is like women employees, right? Women employees have extra responsibilities in India as well. They take care of their home, they take care of their kids. Again, they take care of their office work as well. So we were thinking, how can we be a little more flexible with our women employees and make sure they feel comfortable while they're working. And number three is the young people who have been hired into the Salesforce ecosystem, because they generally were in office until last 1 month, and they were being mentored by senior people in the office so that they can come up to speed in their work. Unfortunately, they cannot do it anymore. Now they have to work from home. So that is where we were also giving them suggestions on how they can actually get in touch with their young employees and make sure they are getting productive and they are also more confident while they're doing so. Yeah, there are two types of people in office. One is skilled workers and one are willed workers, skill and will. So skilled workers who do not have that kind of will might still do good and work from home policies, but people who are having average skill and are having a lot of will might face issues while they're working from. This is the research that we have conducted in the last 1 year. So while they're in office, they can ask people around them if they don't get a solution. But working from home, it might be a little tough for them to approach people because everybody is going to be busy in what they're doing. So these are some things that they need to be wary of, and also the developer tools that they're collaborating on. I think it's very important that collaboration goes seamlessly during these times and proper stand-up calls are done. Again, not too much of meetings, so we have to maintain a proper balance of work and work-life balance.
I really like two type of workers, skill versus will. Very well
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the homeschooling that's gonna really take me down here. That's where I'm failing on all points, just by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Awesome. So next question. Virtual dreaming is just 4 weeks away. I would say, what are your expectation from event or any suggestion for us?
I can jump in. I'm really excited about it because I think everybody is ready for something to focus on that's not our current reality and what we're hearing in the news every day. And during this time, you know, everything slowed down a little bit, and it's not always bad. Having a startup company, it's like being on a hamster wheel, and there's a million things that we want to do. And, you know, the list just gets longer and longer, and having to kind of stop for a minute. We're still fortunately selling, but, you know, some of Hawaiian Airlines has to delay and, you know, things like that, which is completely normal. And it's giving us the opportunity to stand back as a company, think about our mission, what we wanted to accomplish when we started Metazoa, and really we're so involved in the Salesforce admin and developer community, and it gives us the opportunity to get back to our customers, really spend a lot of time with them, make sure that they have ongoing free training and support, lots of content, and also just talk to them, ask them, you know, what's missing, what would you like, what would make your life easier, what would help with remote collaboration and remote work. And I feel like the virtual Dreamin is going to help that as well. So I'm looking forward to a lot of learning, online learning, and just listening to the community and what they're interested in and what they want.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, for me, first and foremost, it's an awesome opportunity to connect with the broader Trailblazer community for a day of learning. You know, as I mentioned, continuous learning and continuous improvement are two of my core values. So virtual Dreamin helps me engage in both of those, which is great. On a personal note, I'm excited for the developer and the architect session tracks. These are a couple of roles that I aspire to as I learn how to code and as I continue toward my application architect journey. And then more specifically, you know, I'm really looking forward to the event speakers. So there's two amazing women from Supermoms who are going to be there, Brooke and Heather. There's actually a couple of folks from my Salesforce Saturday group in Boston, Steve Moe and Susanna St. Germain. So it'll be great to hear them talk. And then just a ton of other inspirational people that I follow on LinkedIn, Twitter, and in the community. For instance, Gemma Blizzard. So that's going to be awesome. And then just overall, like I'm excited to come away with a better understanding of Apex, of Lightning Web Components, maybe a little visual force because it's still testable, and I'm working toward my platform Dev 1 test. And then just overall, you know, learn more about the architect track resources and how best to approach test preparation. So it's going to be a great opportunity for all those things.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So, yeah, Nanga?
Yeah, go ahead, Jitendra.
Yeah, so basically, this is really a time, unfortunate time, but the virtual dreaming was actually announced last year around March.
Yeah.
We never knew that the situation will come and suddenly the virtual dreaming would be like that. To be honest, I really didn't thought that we are going to get that huge response. We got a huge response from certified technical architects. We have 8 CTAs talking on a single event. Huge response from Salesforce App Exchange team, Salesforce community team, and most importantly, we are getting the huge response from sponsors. We had to close our sponsorship like 2 weeks back. Wow. Because we are only 3. We have volunteer, we have awesome advisors, but still so much to work. So really it is unexpected how the virtual dreaming is shaping up. But we never thought when we 3 initially started thinking about, okay, let's do the virtual dreaming. Anybody can connect from anytime, no joining phase, join from your home, 3 tracks running at the same time. These are all idea just coming everything at the time.
Right.
We're thrilled to be sponsoring. I think we were one of the first, so we're very excited about it.
Yes, yes, and we are really thankful for that, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have, yeah, Naga, you have to say something?
Oh yeah. So we have high expectations on virtual dreaming. Don't disappoint us, Jitendra. Great minds at work. Um, so yeah, this is crisis, but in a way, I think people have been in their homes for a long time, and they are longing to meet everybody through a conference like this, for sure. And what this conference also will make sure is will probably give them an experience. This conference will be a success. I would put it this way: this conference is going to be a big hit if you're at least trying to replicate 30% of that real experience through this virtual conference, right? people
Yeah.
people getting into a keynote room, then going into different sessions. Just visualize that attendee going in to this conference room, experiencing all that content, right? We have Leah speaking, we have Kavindra speaking, we have, by the way, we have got the developer community used to virtual content for the last 1 month. We have been running this campaign called Skill Up Salesforce Dev, Level Up Salesforce Dev, wherein we give them virtual content every week and we end it with a quiz on Friday. So yes, we are doing that for you so that it wouldn't be a big stretch for them when they come to virtual dreaming. It would be more easy of a transition for them. So yeah, we are totally looking forward to this event, and we are looking to see how people would receive this, because this is scalable. Virtual events are scalable. You don't need to travel. You don't need to spend any kind of money. This is free of cost for you, and there's a lot of rich content which is available for you through this event, and totally looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's scalable, and it's now open to so many people who maybe couldn't have traveled or
Yeah,
purchased
absolutely.
tickets, or, I mean, it might be the future of many, many more virtual uh, events.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I think
figure
it's
out how can you serve us meals through these conferences going forward.
Virtual meal, virtual hugs, we have all those. To your point, Naga, right? We have been a continuous touch with the Salesforce team.
Yeah.
Even though Salesforce is not directly involved, but they are really mentoring us. Kavindra, we are talking to Kavindra a lot. We are talking to your team. We are talking to App Exchange team. Amanda has been pretty helpful. And to your point, we so that's actually the content of our second episode. How we are going to give the experience of physical event to the
Yeah.
virtual. Why the virtual dreaming is virtual dreaming? It's not a webinar. So
Right.
I will not spoil a suspense for the next episode, but you hit a point, Naga, there.
Yeah. I was just trying to increase that suspense.
Okay. Any suggestion for us?
a thought that I had is, possibly next year or future virtual Dreamin is to give thought to introducing maybe a consultant track where you could offer sessions both on a blend of technical skills as well as the soft skills that are really required for customer facing role, conflict resolution, empathy, emotional intelligence, things of that nature. That would be interesting to see.
I really love that idea, David. And in fact, we do have some of the sessions on that. We started the fourth track, which is a specialty track. We were not sure what the name of that track would be. If you see the content of that track, it's all about soft skill, how to cope up within the work, philanthropy work, the woman empowerment. Those we are going to try to the fourth track. That would be our experimental track. And whatever the learning we are going to get from this event, certainly we will implement it for the next year. But David, very good
Great.
suggestion. Like
Thank you.
like-minded things, same, right? That's happening here. Yes.
Yeah, I think you have to see who else going to be there, how it's going to play out, but how is networking. I know you mentioned consultants, SIs working with ISV partners. That's one of the things that we get from these conferences and events. We were just the PKO right before all this, the partner kickoff, and it was for me, an ISV partner. What I love is meeting other ISV partners and exchanging ideas and sharing information, and and just building those relationships.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I think the content is the king in any conference. There would be a lot of rich content which will be delivered, a lot of engagement as well. Um, I I think that this should not be a one-day thing. That content should not go in waste. That content should be leveraged and scaled to different developer groups and admin groups all over the world, and see how people can make use of this content, because it's not easy to collect that kind of content.
I love
And
that idea, Naga.
I would really look forward to you guys making use of that content and delivering it to different groups in the world, to different communities in the world, so that they can make use of this and be successful. But apart from that, I think you are pioneering this event. You guys are leading the way. Um, um, I really appreciate you guys for taking a step like this. It's a bold move. A lot of other virtual conferences will follow in the Salesforce ecosystem, and I would wait for the conference to give you my appreciation and some suggestions as well.
Awesome. I would looking forward for that. Now we are almost top of the hour, 3 minutes left. And last, I will say the question or announcement we have is Virtual Dreaming has partnered with Mercy Corp for the COVID-19 Resilience Fund. Naga, you might know, Salesforce have been very helpful for us finding the right partner for us. And of course, the sponsors are pretty important. We really appreciate our sponsors like Copado, Metazoa, Own Backup. We have special sponsors like Flow Republic, Flossom, Pro, RSN Cloud, Titan, Illuminati Cloud. We really appreciate their help. Because of them, even it's a virtual, trust me, the cost is not low. It's a similar to the physical event. Rather, I will say more than that, because like you said, someone said, right, out of you three, scalability is important, right? This event should be able to scale. There is no guarantee 500 or 5,000 is going to join this event. So it's just because of these sponsors, we are able to make this event. And we have different kind of sponsors. I will not say the sponsors. They are basically the non-profit charity partners like From Assembly. Many companies are coming to help us, support us, lot in pipeline. They don't want to be the sponsor, but at the same time, they want to help the current situation and companies like Mercy Corps. So what we are doing is we have target of $50,000. We are trying to collect that much amount from the virtual dreaming event. Hopefully we will do that. And the whole fund will go to the COVID-19 Resilience Fund. So
Awesome.
what is your thought on that one, or any suggestion on this?
I mean, for me, I would just say if the folks watching this aren't already aware of Mercy Corps, take a little bit of time to find out what they do. It's an amazing organization. For example, they were able to provide assistance to over 28 million people around the world last year in areas like emergency response, food security, gender equality, and they're on the ground right now helping communities protect against and respond to the COVID threat. And the Resilience Fund provides emergency supplies, food, clean water, and support to the most vulnerable families and communities. So I would say educate yourself about them, and then if you're able to, please give. We have an opportunity. Some of us have an opportunity to provide support to these communities, and I think they would appreciate that. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, and it gives people the opportunity to come together. And I didn't know about Mercy Corps beforehand, and so now I've been able to learn about it. And it is an amazing organization, and I'm happy to be a part of all of that.
Awesome.
And for the attendees as well, there's a lot of content free of cost, and but there is also a situation here. We are going through this crisis. It's a great opportunity for them to be a little generous and go ahead and help our fellow human beings who are in trouble and get them out of this situation together. We will rise again for sure. Yeah.
Of course, that's the human race. That's our history.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody was asking me the other day, there is no religion, there is no region, there is no caste and creed. There are only two sets of people, COVID positive and COVID negative.
Very well said.
But we don't know which one we are.
Yeah.
So Naga, David, Jennifer, I really enjoyed, love our conversation. Very fruitful.
Jitendra, before you end this, Guys, I would like to really appreciate Jennifer and David for coming here today. Jennifer, because you believed in this idea, which is very new, and you've taken a bold step to sponsor this. I think it's something we really appreciate, and thank you so much for that. Because only when we have sponsors, these conferences will live.
Yeah.
And with people like you and David, you have done wonderful service to your country, and you're again such an inspiration to all the aspiring Salesforce developers in the IT ecosystem and also in the non-IT ecosystem, right? If you could fight the war, this is nothing for you. You can do it. So it's a great message you have sent out to the people around there. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I completely echo your sentiments, Naga. You almost hit the block that I was supposed to say. People like David, Jennifer, that's why the Ohana is here. We need support of each other, learn together, grow together, and contribute together. That's how I will say. That's what I love from Salesforce.
Very well
It's all
said.
about the community. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so we will conclude today's call, episode 1. I think it's fantastic. We are going to come back again with episode 2 of Download Virtual Dreaming. Thanks, everyone.
Can't wait to see it.
25% downloaded, right?
Yes. We
Okay.
already downloaded 25%. Next 25% next week.
Awesome. Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.